It's officially October! Hi guys, it's Butterfly. So I'm going to talk about all of the library books that I checked out and what I'm planning on reading in October. Some of them have a little spooky vibe, so some of them don't. So I don't want to show my library information, which is why I didn't show the cover of the books in the thumbnail. So I'm going to try my best to do this without showing the information. I can't show the back of the book because of that. I have a collection of books and I plan on going back to the library. These aren't due until literally the last day of the month, the 31st. But I was watching the Bookish Knight here on YouTube. Check them out. And in their end of year TBR, they mentioned The Nightmare Before Christmas. And I totally forgot about that book. And I think that'd be perfect to read this month or in November because it's like between Halloween and Christmas. I checked my library, they do have it, and apparently there's also a sequel about the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of St. Patrick's Day. I'm super excited. Check out the Bookish Knight. I'm also going to check that book out, and all I know about it is it's a romance between the Prince of Christmas and the Prince of Halloween. I've seen it be talked about so many times. I've heard people talk so highly of it, but I've never read it, so I will plan on picking that up, but I don't know when I'll be able to get it from the library, okay? So I'm just gonna jump right in. I requested that they get this book by Jordan Green because I've read all of their other books, their romance books, and so I was like, let me look at their older stuff. And since when I was thinking about it, when I went to the library, I was like, oh, let me do like a vlog where I'm reading stuff, like other books by my favorite authors. And I believe it's pronounced Mason Deaver, okay? If I am pronouncing their name wrong, please let me know. So they actually participated in this book. So that's what's going on with the first half. It's kind of like a favorite authors read, okay? I requested this book. It is The Reserve. It is a horror genre book, thriller. I consider it a thriller, but when I started reading it, but I don't expect thrillers to be descriptive, so I don't know if this is considered a horror or a thriller. It's actually not listed. The way my library works is that sometimes here, like this one, it will tell you like if it's a large print, and then sometimes instead of a large print sticker here, it will be like a fantasy or horror or mystery sticker, but they don't do that for all of the books for some reason. Why do I know to check the copyright date, but I forgot you could check the genre as well? Anyway, the genre, horror, thriller, suspense, and science fiction, and this was copyrighted in 2018. They have two other books before this, and some short stories, but I've also never read To Watch You Bleed. I just saw this cover and was like, yep, that's it. That's the one I'm going with. And this one had film included in it, like filmmaking. So I was like, yeah, this is the one I'm going to request. So I'm so glad that they actually accepted my request. And because I requested it, I was the first person who could get the book. And the new sticker, so excited. But I'm going to read the back of these books for y'all. Also, I feel like I read thrillers year round, but like right now is the best time for them, okay? Because of the sticker, I have no idea what the tagline is. I apologize. Normally I read the taglines and not the description, but there is no tagline. Cooper Bay has dreamed his whole life of acting. So when his brother Nick surprises him with a leading role in a B horror movie, Cooper can't say no. The only catch is the team's filming location is off limits to the public. Yet that doesn't sway film director Lucas Sanchez. He's set on trespassing North Brother Island, an abandoned isles in the middle of New York City, set aside as an avian reserve for a bird that no longer graces its shores. Ready to make a movie, Cooper and his new film mates cross the East River to shoot their scenes among the restricted island's decaying ruins. But a day into production, fellow actor Riley Cannon goes missing, leaving only a smear of blood on a nearby tree. Cooper swears he hears something in the woods before Riley went missing, but no one believes him. Once the screams begin to rise, Cooper wishes he had never signed up for this real-life horror story. Doesn't that sound so good? I'm super excited for this. I love thrillers. I love filmmaking. Then I looked up Mason Deaver and if they had any books that were in the realm of like fall, Halloween, spooky, and this came up. It is multiple authors, okay? Oh my god, Kat Cho's in here too. Love her. Okay, there is 18 writers. So many names on here that I actually recognize, but I'm super excited. It is the Grimoire of Grey Fates. So instead of it being short stories, like a anthology, okay, it's actually like one whole book, but each chapter is written by a different author. And I think that's a really cool way to work together. I love that idea. Also, I love this cover. You can't really see it because of the lighting, but I love this cover. Okay, 20 hours, 18 students, 1 murderer. And then the tagline on the back is Professor of Magical History, his name, which I cannot read, my apologies, has just been murdered. Now, everyone at Galileo Academy for the Extraordinary is a suspect. I know how to read, but do I know how to read? Okay, let's sound the professor's name out. Septimus Dropwort. I swear I passed. I know how to read. These people online who don't know phonics and can't jump are really freaking me out, making me second guess every bit of my knowledge. Anyway, I'm gonna work on reading names and I'm gonna work on reading this book. I'm super excited. I will say a lot of these books I have they're not big books. They're thick compared to what I normally read, but I'm super excited. And hopefully I have time since it's already halfway through October, so these may also go in November. So this is a YA book and I don't exactly know much about it. I've never really seen people talk about it, but I'm sure people did when it came out in 2023. But I am excited to finally read this since it has so many authors that I love. It even has Hassa Faisal in it. And I'm excited. I loved her other books, so there's so many good names on here. Next, I know absolutely nothing about this book. It is in large print, so it's going to be 10 times easier for me to read. Woo! This book was in the new section for books they just got in, so I had to pick it up. It is Close Your Eyes and Count to 10. It is, I believe, another thriller, okay? Extreme adventurer Maverick Dillon invites you to the ultimate game of hide and seek. But as the players gather on Fatico Island, the event spirals into a chilling test of survival. A storm rages as a deadly threat stalks the contestants, turning the challenge into something far more sinister than the social media stunt it was intended to be. Enter Adele, a single mother with determination to protect her children at all costs. When she begins the games, she unwillingly enters a twisted web of deception and intrigue. Can she maneuver through the trenches, storms, and the relentless competition and get home to her family. I love a good competition book, but I also feel like a lot of thrillers have covers like this, and I have read quite a few thrillers with Adobe stock covers, and this is literally an Adobe stock cover. I'm not being mean. Literally cover image, Shutterstock / Adobe stock. Okay, but a lot of covers like this have good books. I know that don't judge a book by its cover, but next is one that I got because it had October in it, and it's a graphic novel, so it's going to be a little bit easier to read. Okay, this is issues for the comics 1 through 6 of the comics. Okay, the October faction. It's about the Allen family. Ghosts from the past refuse to stay dead, and conspiring forces lurk in the shadows. And I think that sounds really intriguing. I actually don't think I've ever seen these out in public before, like out while comic hunting, but I also am not like I go in for comics that I already know I want when I walk into a comic book store, or I go to the older section of comics. So I'm excited to check this out. The art looks so amazing. And since it is IDW publishing, I already know it's going to be good. I think a lot of comics that I have enjoyed has been from this publishing house. The next two aren't really Halloween-y, October-y, fallish. We have Celtic mythology. I love mythology. Some of my favorite things. I love mythology. I love mythology retelling. So when I saw this, I had to get it. It is by Philip Freeman. And then a week after I got this from the library, I saw a video where people were like, if you want to start learning about Celtic mythology, this book is where you start. And I was like, that's perfect. Okay, it's got gods, goddesses, and heroes in it. And I'm super excited. I love it. I love mythology of all kinds. Okay, the next book is I am watching Kim Jira. I love Kim Jira. Oh my gosh. So Kim Jira has Buddhism practices in it, and it also has spiritual witchcraft practices in it, and a few other things, but some other shows that I watch have Buddhist practices in it, and somebody recommended I pick up this book or any book by this author. So I picked this up to learn about it. I've had some mixed reviews if this is a good option for learning, but it was the only option I really had at this library. So if you have recommendations for me to learn about other cultures' beliefs and religions and stuff like that, whether it be mythology or the belief system, let me know. This is The Heart of the Revolution by Noah Levian. So this is supposed to be about just the teachings and what you can learn. I think the reason there's mixed reactions on this book is the author's from Los Angeles. But I am excited. But I am always excited to learn about other cultures, and just, I love to learn. I might not have good comprehension skills, and I might read slower than other people, but I love to learn. I feel like the thirst for knowledge should not go away as soon as you leave school. But yeah, so this is my stack of books. I went way in depth in some and not in others, and that's okay, but I'm super excited. I am most excited for these two, and I can't wait to go to the library and check out The Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay, I've heard so many good things. I need to pick it up and actually pick it up and read it. But yeah, I'm super excited to read these. I'm so excited to be back into reading and having you all along with me. So what are y'all reading currently? Any recommendations of any kind? I'm always excited to hear recommendations, what you love to read, what you think I would love to read. So let me know what you're reading, what you think I should be reading, and I am gonna go pick up a book and read a little. So I will talk to y'all in the next one. So peace out, rock on, love you all, don't forget to grow your wings, fly high, touch the sky, make sure everyone knows your name. Love from my screen to yours. Bye, my little butterflies. Cameron, out.